In this video, we want to look at how to find angles in a triangle. So let's look at this particular problem that we have been presented with. So we have this triangle, and then at the top over here we have an angle labeled A. Then over here we have an angle labeled 70 degrees, and then over here we have an angle labeled 35 degrees. So how do we find the angle A at the top over here? Now this is very simple. Now for triangles, angles in a triangle add up to 180. So it means if I add A, what I have over here, 70 and 35, all of them should be equal to 180. Now why it is 180 is because there's a formula that we use to find the total, the sum of the interior angles of polygons. We dealt with that in one of our previous videos, so you can go back and check on the channel, or you can check the top over here. I will leave the link there so that you can see them. So basically what we do is, for us to find the sum of the total angles of the internal angles of a polygon, we use the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180. Okay, now the n is the number of vertices, okay, that the polygon has. In this case we are dealing with triangle, and then it has 1 vertex, 2, and then 3. Okay, basically it has 3 sides. So here will be 3 minus 2 multiplied by 180, and then 3 minus 2 is 1 multiplied by 180, and this is equal to 180. So that is how come if we add all the angles we are getting 180. Okay, if it were to be a 4-sided polygon, 5-sided, 6-sided, the angles will be different. It will not be add up to 180. But since we are looking at triangles today, let's continue. So for us to find the angle A here is very easy. Like I said, it will be A degrees plus 70 degrees plus 35, okay, is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so that is the expression we need to write first. So from here, all we have to do is to do our basic addition. So I have my A over here plus 70 plus 35 will give me 105, and this is equal to 180. So from here I maintain my A, and then I send the 105 to the other side of the equal to sign, so it becomes minus, so minus 105. Okay, so 180 minus 105 will give me 75 degrees. Okay, 75 degrees as my answer, or the value for A. So therefore it means that the angle at the top over here, the angle A over here, is 75 degrees. Okay, and so if we add 75, 70, and then 35, we are getting a total of 180, as we expected to have for this particular problem. All right, so let's go ahead and look at other questions involving this particular triangles. So I have another diagram over here. Let me quickly draw that. Okay, another triangle, and then we are here is labeled A. Then I have 44, angle 44 over here. This is 44. It's supposed to be outside, so let me clean that. Okay, so this is 44, and then the one at the top over here is 82 degrees. Okay, so we have to find the angle A as well. This is also easy. We said A plus 44 plus 82 is equal to 180. We've already established why it is 180. All right, so from here I'll maintain my A, then I add my 44 plus 82, and that will give me 126 is equal to 180. So from here I send my 126 to the other side of the equal to sign, so that my A will stand alone. So my A is now equal to 180 minus 126, and so therefore the value of my A will be equal to 180 minus 126, and this will give me 54 as my answer for this particular question. So the angle over here is 54. All right, so let's have a look at another example. Let me just draw it under over here. So I have a triangle that looks like this. Okay, so the top over here is 117. The angle over here is A. It can be any angle at all, but we are using A in this example. So here is 17 degrees. Okay, so we have to find the value for A. So let's go ahead and look at that. As always, we are saying that the interior angles of a triangle are add up to 180 degrees. So in this case, we are going to have 17 plus 117 plus the A will be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so from here, what we do is we add our numbers and then we move it to the other side of the equal to sign. So 17 plus 117 will give me 134 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. So my A will be equal to 180 degrees minus 134. Okay, so if I subtract 134 from 180, I will get the value of 46 degrees as the answer for the angle A. So the angle A over here is 46 degrees. All right, so let's have a look at another example. So in this example, we have an equilateral triangle. Okay, but the question did not say that, not equilateral. So this is how the triangle looks like. I will not mention the name of the triangle. So this side of the triangle has been given to us as 68. Then we have the top over here given as A. Okay, and that is all the information that we were given, and we're asked to find the angle A. Now, when you have a triangle like this, first of all, we know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is add up to 180 degrees. That's the first thing we know. Now, when you see a triangle with this line over here and then another one over here, it means that the angles opposite to these lines, okay, so this one is pointing at the angle over here, this one is pointing at the angle over here. So it means the angle over here, which is 68, is the same as the angle over here, because these two are the same. That is the implication of these two lines. Okay, so it means this place is also 68. So for me to find my A over here, my A is equal to A plus 68 plus another 68 is equal to 180 degrees. All right, so 68 times 2, or 68 plus 68, will give me 136. So I have A plus 136 is equal to 180. So my A is equal to 180 minus 136. Okay, so if I subtract that, I am going to get 180 minus 136 will give me 44 degrees as the value for A. So the A over here is 44 degrees. All right, so let's have a look at one last example and then we end this tutorial. So for this one, this is how our triangle is looking. Okay, so we have over here, the angle over here is 40 degrees. Then the angle over here is 17 degrees. And then this is the angle we're asked to find, A, at the top over here, right? Okay, so if you look at this particular question, you realize that so far all we've been doing is find the interior angles of the triangle. Okay, so it means that the 40 over here plus the 17 plus the angle that is supposed to be formed over here is what is going to give us the 180. So I'm going to represent this place by X. Okay, so it is 40 plus 17 plus X that will give us 180. But in this case, the question is demanding we find A. Remember, I just introduced the X myself for me to be able to easily do the work because the x was not given. So the first thing we have to do is to find the angle at the top over here, which I am saying should be x. So it means that x plus 40 plus 17 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, as usual, we add our 40 and 17. This will give me 57, and this is equal to 180. So my x will be equal to 180 minus 57. Okay, so 180 minus 57 is going to give me 123 degrees as my answer for x over here. Okay, so my angle over here is 123 degrees. Now remember, the question is saying we should find a, not the x that we found ourselves. Okay, so now to find a, we look at this in this way. So let me use red. So this is a straight line. The line over here, okay, up to, let's say, somewhere around here, is a straight line. So where I'm drawing the red line is a straight line. So the angle over here, which is the a, plus the angle over here, which is the x, should add up to 180, because angles on a straight line are add up to 180. So it means the angle, the line I'm drawing with the red, okay, the angle on it, the a, and then the angle on it, the x over here that we just found, should be add up to 180. So it means that my a degrees plus my x, which I just found, should be equal to 180. Okay, so the a we don't know, so I still repeat that. The x, I just found it to be 123, so I write that, and this is equal to 180. So for me to find my x, sorry, my a, this is very easy. My a is equal to 180 minus 123. So therefore the value of a is equal to 180 minus 23, and that will give us 57 degrees as our answer. So my value for a over here is 57 degrees, right? Which, if you look at it, it is just equal to the sum of the two angles over here. Okay, so we can just add these two angles directly from the beginning and still get the value of the a over here. So it's just 40 plus 17, and that is 57. Okay, so should in case this come in an objective question, you for instance, so you have a triangle that looks like this. You have, let's say, 10 over here. Let's say here we have like 70, and then here we have, let's say, x, and you're supposed to find x. Just add the two angles over here, which is 10 plus 70, and that is equal to 80, and it means the x is also equal to what? 80. There's no need you find this one in an objective, but in a subjective, you have to show working to show how come you got the 80, and that is why you need to find the angle at the top over here first before you use angles on a straight line to find the value over here. So thank you so much for watching. This is how we solve problems, or we find angles in a triangle. So thank you once again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.